What's up, you beautiful chuds? Welcome to the Let's Talk Horror for a very, very special video because as I upload this, the date that this video comes out means that I have now been doing the Let's Talk Horror channel. The first ever podcast episode came out 5 years ago. It is our 5 year birthday, our anniversary, whatever you want to call it. We've been now doing Let's Talk Horror for 5 years. What a wild and insane journey it has been. And I want to talk a little bit about different things to do with that. And I also want to try and be as quick as I possibly can, because we all know that it's very difficult for me to shut up, which I wish it wasn't, but it is, and it can be. But this video is going to be very, very honest, as it always is. And I want to get through it. And I'm going to start with talking about you. So you, for the last 5 years, have been and always will be, and I've said this since I first started the show, the biggest reason I have and we have any success with Let's Talk Horror. You are monumental. You are the reason that any success, any evolution of the show happens is because of you. I have always said that I can sit there, I can plan the episodes and get guests and put all that in. I can record, I can edit, I can put them out, I can promo, but there's only so much I can do. Everything else and any success it is because of you. So for that, I want to say a massive, massive thank you to you all. I have so many people to thank, but if I did it individually, and that's why I tend to not do it, if I did it individually, then I would be here hours. So what I'm going to do is this. For any of you that have been a guest on the show, I want to say a massive thank you, and and it truly does mean the world to me that we've had so many great and amazing and so many fun conversations about horror. And I thank you so much for blessing me with those conversations. It's incredible. For those that have allowed me to come and cause a little bit of chaos on your show, and had me as a guest, once again, the same thing. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. You know that I'm talking from the heart, because I don't have the patience to not be honest. If something's shit, I'm going to say it's shit. And if I love it, I love it. And I love talking about horror with you all. So if you've been on the show, if I've been on your show, thank you so much. It means the world to me. But as well as that, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that has done what you can to support the show in regards to sharing it on, to rating, reviewing it, to messaging me, to telling me how much they enjoy what I've been doing with Let's Talk Horror, how you love how I'm honest and passionate about the genre, and how you enjoy how fun the episodes are. You have no idea how motivating that is in something that we do that can be very demotivating and demoralizing. And I'll talk a little bit about that. But thank you all so much for messaging me when you don't need to. Thank you so much for sharing it on. There's people that every time I put out an episode and I post about it, you share it on. And that is wild, and it's incredible. And it is once again the reason that I have any success with Let's Talk Horror. So once again, hand on heart, thank you. It means the world to me, and you are the raddest people that there are out there. But in regards to sort of the history of Let's Talk Horror, really quickly, that in 2020, when the world was in a very, very dark place and we were hit with the coronavirus, I unfortunately myself was also in a very, very dark place. I have always, ever since I was a kid, with the life that I've sort of had, and so many people go through some shit, and so have I. But I have always struggled with manic depression. I've always struggled with anxiety. And unfortunately, that's never gone away. And the older I get, and at one point during, around 2020, I was in a job that sucked and I was in a dark place. And then, the pandemic came along and made it all worse. And it did that for a lot of people, and it sucked big fucking time. So I was in a really, really bad place. I needed something. I needed creative output, because outside of Let's Talk Horror, and anybody that knows what Let's Talk Horror is, knows that acting and filmmaking is what I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. So knowing that, with the uncertainty of what the future looked like, it just sent me into an absolute mental spiral. And I didn't know whether it meant I could make movies anymore. I didn't know what it meant for the world. None of us knew what was going to happen. We were prisoners in our own home. It sucked. It was a bad time. So I needed something, and that came out in the form of the podcast, the Let's Talk Horror podcast. And I started the show, and they were solo episodes. I didn't know what I was doing. I was literally talking into an old phone, and I was recording, I was editing, and I was publishing it on one app, which is the greatest app. I'm not going to go into anything else because the corporate greed of Spotify have fucked it over since they took over Anchor FM, which was great. They've destroyed it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But when it was Anchor FM, it was great. And that was it. And then I started getting people messaging me saying how they enjoyed it, which was incredible because I'd never thought that that would happen. And then I started getting people asking me if they could be a guest on the show. And I would just say, no thanks, because I never wanted guests, because I didn't want to let people down. I was very scared. I was very insecure about my lack of knowledge of anything technologically, because we all know I'm a moron when it comes to technology. But also, I just didn't want to feel like the idiot that I am when it comes to do this. I knew that I wanted to talk about horror, but I was happy doing that sort of on my own. But that's not the point of what Let's Talk Horror is, right? I call it Let's Talk Horror because I want to talk to you about horror. I want to talk to people all over the world about horror. Having guests on the show meant that I got to do that. So I took the plunge, I did it, and then realized that that is exactly what the show needs to be. It needs to have very honest and passionate conversations, very in-depth conversations with myself and another person, or however many people that may be, about something from the world of horror. And that is exactly what the show was back then when it started like that, and it's how it is today. And I am so grateful for the journey that I've been on now for 5 years, and it's been wild, and it continues, and that's where we are now. So now we get into a part that's a little bit difficult, because we've been going down this journey for 5 years now, and the absolute God's honest truth is, Let's Talk Horror isn't what I thought it was going to be 5 years down the line. My viewership isn't what I was hoping it was going to be. And that's the difficult part with doing something like this, because you want a healthy balance. You want that equilibrium of going, I love doing this and I want to keep doing this for as long as I possibly can. But I also don't want to do it for where no one is enjoying it, because that's why I do this. I want Let's Talk Horror to be a place where people know, where this horror community knows that they can go to enjoy and talk about horror, and listen or watch conversations about other people talking about horror. That's what Let's Talk Horror is. I want you to all know that you have a place to go if you want to talk about horror. That's what it is. That's why it's difficult trying to find the balance between going, this is what I want from Let's Talk Horror, and this is what I know it can be, and this is what it has been. But at the moment, nothing's happening. My subscribers, I couldn't tell you how long it's been at the same number. It's not progressing, no matter how much I promote it, no matter how much I put out there that I have a YouTube channel and it's free. So go and enjoy the horror related content on there. No matter how much I put on the socials, for people to follow me on the socials, no matter how many times I try and promote the podcast episodes, my viewership is probably, unfortunately, worse than it's ever been. And you get to a point where you go, okay, so where are we? We're 5 years down the line, and what's the point? Especially when outside of all of this, I have my family that I want to spend as much time as I possibly can. I have the 9-to-5 job that I have that stops me from doing more of the show that I would love to do. I love doing this and I want to keep doing this. But if somebody asks me right now, in 5 years, do you see that I'm doing, are you doing Let's Talk Horror? Honestly, the truth is I don't know. I honestly don't know, because it has to get somewhere. And that's what I want. But like I said at the start, it gets somewhere if you want it to. And that's the point. If you want Let's Talk Horror to evolve, to reach new audiences, to be what I think that it can be, that's down to you. And all you have to do is go and support what Let's Talk Horror is. Subscribe to the YouTube, rate and review it, listening to the show. If you love horror, there's no reason why you shouldn't just go and enjoy other people enjoy horror and talk about it. Whether it's about a movie that you've seen, whether it's a movie that you haven't seen. I try and talk about the history of horror, not just the movie. I try and talk about the technical side of it because of me wanting to be a filmmaker, and I can bring that in it. So I can bring in different elements and different ways of talking about a movie and the history of horror into an episode. And I jam-pack the episodes of loads of great things, like the Your First Time segment, which is where I reach out to you, the horror fans and movie fans in general, and you tell me your first time horror movie memory, and then I add it into the episode. And I love that segment, and I love reading the experiences that you've had with horror, and I love sharing it on for other horror fans. So it is what it is. Right now, after 5 years, we are where we are. But it's in the next 5 years that we have the opportunity to make it what I was hoping all those 5 years ago, what I was hoping right now it could be. But it is what it is, and that's final. And I sit here right now, 5 years later, still loving horror, but also still loving doing this, where I get to talk to people all over the world daily, whether that's on a podcast episode or whether that's on Instagram or one of the socials that we're on, or all the fucking socials that we're on. I still get to talk to people daily about horror. That can be different people I've never spoken to before. It can be people that I have seen in movies, actors, filmmakers that I literally have been so inspired by, but yet because of Let's Talk Horror, I now have the opportunity to talk to them. I've had experiences that I would never have been able to have without Let's Talk Horror. I recently got to go to a content creator night somehow to Tully's Shocktoberfest, and I got to have exclusive access to film everything. And that video is on the YouTube channel, but you can watch that now and you can see it. But I wouldn't have that opportunity if it wasn't because of Let's Talk Horror. But once again, those opportunities come around because of you doing what you have done for Let's Talk Horror and me for the 5 years that there has been. So there we go. That's a very, very honest look at Let's Talk Horror now, but it's also a look for the future. But right now, no matter how difficult it can be and how tough it can be, and remember, I do this all on my own. There is no co-host, there is no help. It is just me doing what I do with Let's Talk Horror. And so no matter how tiring and knackering and difficult it can be, I still have passion to do it, and I still have so much passion for this genre, and I still love having the conversations that I do with all of you around the world, and I want to keep doing that. So please continue to join me on my journeys through horror. It means the world to me. You mean the world to me, and I truly, truly hope you enjoy, and you have enjoyed what has been, and I truly hope you enjoy for what does come next, whatever that may be. And I know a lot of things that I want to do, and if I do them, I truly hope you enjoy them. But for now, just go and do the things that I've said. If you want to enjoy, support Let's Talk Horror by subscribing and rating, reviewing as high as you possibly can. Get Let's Talk Horror out there and let people know that if they love horror, then this is the most honest and passionate place they can come to talk about it. And I love it, and I really hope that you continue to join me. But listen, until next time, which may be another 5 years, stay creepy, fuckers.